A hunter chased a moving tree into the mountains and accidentally married a dead bride. Today's story is called The Joy of Yin and Yang. During the Han Dynasty in Fanyang, there lived a man named Lu Chong, just 20 years old. 30 li west of Lu Chong's home was a tomb, the tomb of Cui Xiaofu. Cui Xiaofu's tomb wasn't grand or ornate, so it was usually unnoticed and rarely visited. Lu Chong loved hunting. On the winter solstice, unable to stay idle, he rode his horse, carrying a bow and arrow, to the western mountains to hunt. The mountains were 20 or 30 li from his home. Lu Chong quickly arrived. On the mountain, he saw a camphor tree and shot an arrow at it. The camphor tree immediately fell to the ground. Lu Chong was overjoyed and went to check on the camphor tree. But unexpectedly, the camphor tree suddenly got up and started running north. Lu Chong couldn't bear to let it go, so he finally managed to hail a taxi and rode after it. The camphor tree ran for about a li before disappearing. Lu Chong saw a magnificent mansion appear where the camphor tree had disappeared, a tall gate and tiled roof, surrounded by many houses. Under the lamplight at the gate, a man held a bundle in his hand. Seeing Lu Chong approach, the man quickly handed the bundle to him. "This is a gift from my master, young master. Please come inside, young master." Lu Chong, not knowing what was going on, followed the man inside. The man then led him to the main hall to see the young master. The young master said to Lu Chong, "Your father is the prefect. Your prefect has never looked down on my family. On the contrary, he has always held us in high regard. I am very grateful. Recently, I received a letter from your prefect saying that he wants to propose marriage for my daughter. That's why I sent my servants to welcome you." After you finished speaking, the young master took out a letter and handed it to Lu Chong. Lu Chong's father had passed away a long time ago, when Lu Chong was still young, but he could still recognize his father's handwriting. After reading his father's letter, it was indeed as the young master had said. Lu Chong sighed deeply. But his father had been gone for many years. Why did the young master say that he had recently received a letter from him? Lu Chong couldn't understand. At this moment, the young master said, "Young master, since you're already here, let's not stand on ceremony. I'm quite busy. Let's get the wedding going. I'll have my daughter get ready. Oh, and the clothes are already prepared for you. You'd better put them on quickly, or it will be too late." Soon it was dusk. The young lady was about to leave her room. The servants told the young master and Lu Chong that the young lady was all dressed up and waiting for Lu Lan to arrive. Lu Chong had also changed into his groom's clothes. The young master urged him, "Young master, hurry to the east corridor. My daughter is there." Lu Chong went to the east corridor and found that the bride had already gotten out of the carriage and was standing at one end of the mat in the room. Then the wedding officiant came, and after they bowed to each other, they were led to the bridal chamber. On the third day, the young master said to Lu Chong, "My dear son-in-law, you can go home now. I know my daughter is pregnant. If she gives birth to a boy, I will have someone send the child to our mansion. If it is a girl, then I will keep her and raise her." After saying this, The young master ordered someone to arrange a carriage to take Lu Cheng away. Lu Cheng felt strange, but he didn't want to ask directly, so he politely took his leave. The young master personally escorted him to the middle gate. He seemed reluctant to part with Lu Cheng, holding his hand with tears in his eyes. After Lu Cheng went out, he saw an ox cart with a person dressed in black on it. Who was the driver? On the cart were Lu Cheng's clothes and hunting bow and arrows. At that moment, the young master came out again, handing over a bundle to Lu Cheng. He said, "You two are newly married and must part. I'm very reluctant, but there's nothing I can do. You can't stay here forever. It won't be good for you. I don't have much to give you, just a set of clothes and a few sets of bedding." Lu Cheng still didn't understand why he had to leave after only 3 days of marriage. He felt like he was in a dream, getting married in a daze, and then being politely ushered away in the same days. However, the person in front of him was, after all, his father-in-law, and he dared not be rude, so he could only thank him. He didn't know that this young master was Cui Xiaofu, the one whose tomb was located 30 li west of their home. After Lu Cheng got into the carriage, the driver immediately picked up the whip, flicked it lightly in the air, and made a loud sound. The oxen pulling the carriage understood and began to move forward, faster and faster, until finally they were like lightning. In less than half a meal's time, they had covered more than 30 li and arrived at Lu Cheng's house. His mother saw Lu Cheng and asked him where he had been these past few days. Lu Cheng told her what had happened, and his mother also thought. Strangely, Lu Cheng was about to ask the charioteer when he turned around and found both the charioteer and the cart gone. After leaving the Xiaofu, a government office, Lu Cheng missed his wife terribly, but when he went to the place, he found nothing there. He thought he had misremembered and could only return home disappointed. For years and 3 months passed quickly, and Lu Cheng had almost forgotten that he had ever been married. One day, Lu Cheng and some friends went to the riverbank. As they walked and chatted along the river, Lu Cheng was absent-minded. His heart was pounding faster than usual, as if foreshadowing something big. But he didn't know that at that moment, a bullock cart suddenly appeared in the water, floating up and then sinking again, like a monster. Lu Cheng noticed, and his friends saw it too. Everyone stared at the bullock cart as it bobbed and sank a few times before coming ashore. The bullock, as soon as it left the river, was completely dry. It was incredibly magical. Lu Cheng was overjoyed. He recognized the bull. It was the same bull that had brought him home before. Only this time, there was no charioteer, and the bullock cart didn't move once it reached the shore. The ox turned to look at Lu Cheng, then at the back of the carriage, seemingly gesturing for him to open the door. Lu Cheng went to the back and opened the carriage, overjoyed to find Cui Xiaofu's daughter and a child inside, Lu Cheng's wife and son. Miss Lu gave the child to Lu Cheng and a golden bowl. Then, Miss Cui handed him a piece of paper with a poem on it. The poem roughly said, "Lingji, Lingji, how radiant and beautiful you are, how miraculous. But just as you were shining brightly, you encountered frost in the middle of summer and died. After your death, You went to the underworld and could never return to the mortal world. You didn't even know that you could be lucky enough to be paired with your beloved in the underworld. But after this separation, when will you be able to reunite? Anyone with a little education could understand this. Miss Chui used the Lingji to describe her own fate. She was a young woman in the prime of her life, but tragically died young. However, thankfully, she married Lu Chong, but now they were separated again. Lu Chong was about to ask, but Miss Chui and her carriage suddenly vanished, startling everyone. At that time, Lu Chong didn't know who the child was. Later, he went to the market to sell a golden bowl, hoping someone would know its origin. A maid saw him and returned to his wife, saying, "I saw a man in the market selling a golden bowl. That bowl was a burial item from Miss Chui's coffin." This wife was Miss Chui's aunt. The wife was shocked and immediately told her son to go and see if the maid had made a mistake. The son went and saw the golden bowl, confirming it was the right one. He said to Lu Chong, "My aunt married Chui Xiaofu. Later, she became pregnant, but unfortunately, she died before giving birth. My mother was heartbroken and sent a golden bowl to put in her coffin, hoping it would accompany her sister. You don't seem like a tomb robber. Can you tell me where this golden bowl came from?" Lu Chong listened and explained the whole story. Only then did he realize that he had completed a ghost marriage, taking the deceased Miss Chui as a concubine. The son rushed home to tell his mother. Upon learning this, the wife immediately sent someone to invite. Lu Chong took the child with him. When the lady saw the child's appearance, she noticed he resembled both her sister and Lu Chong. She immediately cried, "Good, good. This child is my sister's grandson, and also my own grandson." Hearing Lu Chong say he had married Miss Chui, the lady was very happy and comforted him, saying, "My niece was also a child with a tragic fate. She died before birth. She's like a ghost mother and son. You and she have married and had this child. It's truly not easy. When this child grows up, name him Wenxiu." Wenxiu means warm person and dead person, to commemorate your marriage. Lu Chong agreed with tears in his eyes. According to seniority, he still had to call the lady aunt. From then on, Lu Chong treated this aunt as his mother-in-law. Even after this incident, Lu Chong still visited Miss Chui's grave every year to pay respects, both to his father-in-law and mother-in-law, and to his wife, Miss Chui. Of course, he would also bring his son, Lu Wenxiu, with him each time and tell him this story. That concludes today's story. Thank you for listening.